Hey everyone, it is good to be back with you all. I want to talk today about something that has messed me up financially more times than I can count. This idea of finding your purpose. Specifically, the pressure to find your dream job or life's purpose early on, because for me, that pressure led to some seriously bad investment decisions. When I was in my 20s, it felt like everyone around me, especially online, was shouting the same message. Find your passion, build your empire, turn your hobbies into income. And honestly, it made me feel like I was falling behind. It was like I needed to have everything figured out, not just my career, but my entire financial future. By 25, definitely by 30. The narrative was 22, a relationship, a side hustle, investments, and rich. And I bought into it. I really did. I thought, okay, I need to find that one thing, that one investment, that one opportunity that will make me rich quick. And social media just made it worse. You open TikTok or Instagram, and it looks like every 24-year-old is either a millionaire or a digital nomad, or the founder of some successful company, or they are running a passion-driven business from a rooftop in Dubai. And meanwhile, I was over here just trying to figure out what I enjoyed and put food on the table, let alone having a solid investment strategy. This kind of pressure, it is not motivating for me. In fact, it does the exact opposite. When you feel like you have to get it perfect on the first try, you become terrified to start anything at all. You end up doing nothing, because the idea of choosing wrong feels fatal. It is like that fear paralyzed me, especially when it came to making investment choices. I saw all these people making big money fast, and I thought, I need to find that perfect stock, that perfect crypto, that perfect startup. And if I do not, I will be stuck, I will be a failure. So instead of actually helping me find a purpose or even a sensible investment path, that pressure just shut me down. It led me down rabbit holes, chasing speculative investments because I thought they were my purpose to get rich. There is this huge myth, too, about a eureka moment. Most of us are taught that at some point we are going to have this dramatic realization, like the sky will open up, a beam of light will hit us, and suddenly we will know our purpose. For me, I thought this eureka moment would be finding that one investment that would make me set for life. I spent so much time chasing that feeling, looking for that sudden breakthrough. But real life and real investing just do not work like that. Purpose and long-term financial success are not a lightning bolt. They are a very slow build-up over time. They are tiny breadcrumbs you follow through life, sometimes without even realizing it. It is the things you are curious about, the people you admire, the work that energizes you instead of drains you, and it is the investments that align with your actual values and risk tolerance, not just the ones promising instant riches. Here is the mistake I made, and I see a lot of young investors make. We treat purpose like one single fixed destination that we need to find at 22 years old, or that perfect investment strategy that will never change. But your purpose and your investment strategy are going to evolve. They change with new seasons of your life. They grow as you grow. If you cling too tightly to one idea of what your purpose should be, or what your investment portfolio should look like, high reward situations because I thought that was my purpose to be an aggressive young investor. It was not. It just led to losses. And the worst part, a lot of people try to think their way into purpose. They journal, they overanalyze, they take personality tests. For me, it was endlessly researching hot stocks or next big things. But the truth is, purpose comes from experience, not analysis. You do not figure it out by just thinking about it. You figure it out by living, by trying things, by making mistakes, and learning from them. And in investing, you learn by actually putting some money in, seeing how it behaves, and adjusting your approach. Not by just reading endless articles or watching gurus. Then, there is this trap of external validation. Another thing that messed me up, and many others, is basing our purpose, or our investment choices, on what other people value. A lot of people chase careers that sound good to other people, not careers that feel good to themselves. And in investing, it is chasing returns that impress your friends, or following the smart money crowd, even if it does not make sense for you. Pursuing titles, not genuine interest, wanting jobs that impress their parents, their classmates, their Instagram followers, and because of that, they end up in purpose-driven careers that are really just rebranded rat races. They look meaningful on the outside, but they drain you on the inside. And in investing, you end up chasing trends that are popular but fundamentally unsound just to say you were and on. When you chase that external validation, you are not actually searching for purpose or a sound investment strategy. You are searching for applause from other people. And the dangerous part of that is external success can trick you into thinking you are fulfilled or financially secure until one day you wake up and realize you built a life that looks great. But honestly, it feels very empty. And your bank account might be empty too. So purpose and truly sustainable wealth have to be internal before they can ever be external. So let us get into some steps here that actually go through ways to try to find your purpose, and by extension, a more sensible financial path. These are 7 steps that I think can help a lot of people, especially those of us in our 20s trying to navigate all this pressure. The first step is to follow your curiosity, and not a rigid plan you put in place. A lot of people, including my younger self, feel stuck because they think they need this massive 10-year plan to even get started. You know, they think purpose arrives only after you map out your entire life, every single investment, every single career move. But the reality is, most people who end up doing something meaningful or achieving stable financial growth did not start with clarity at all. They started with curiosity. Curiosity, once again, is like those little breadcrumbs your life drops for you. It shows up in the topics that you naturally find yourself researching, or the things you naturally find yourself, ranting about, or the weird hobbies that you wish you had more time for. Maybe the problems that frustrate you more than they should, like why certain financial products are so confusing, or why so many people fall for scams. Most people ignore those things because they feel too small or not serious enough in the moment. But that is the whole point. Purpose usually starts very small. So every big passion begins as a tiny little spark that you usually do not think much about. And when something continues to pull your attention over and over again, that is not random. That is your brain saying, hey, look here. For me, it was realizing how many people, including myself, were making the same simple investment mistakes, and I kept wanting to talk about it, learn more about it, and share what I learned. And the funny thing is, the more you follow those small pulls, the more they compound into larger clarity. So curiosity very much is direction. You just have to trust it enough to follow it without needing the whole map at first. This applies to investing too. If you are curious about real estate, start by learning. Do not commit your life savings to it right away. Just follow that curiosity, see where it leads. The next step would be, look at what you are naturally good at, but do not value yet. The crazy thing about purpose is that it is often hiding inside the strengths you brush off because they feel too easy. We have all done things that we are just naturally good at. Things we have done our whole lives without realizing their actual skills. But because they come so naturally, we convince ourselves that they do not matter or that everyone else is just as good. Maybe you are the friend that everyone comes to for advice. Maybe you are the one who is calm under pressure. Maybe you are the organized person. Maybe you are the one that is really good at explaining things clearly. Or maybe you are the creative, artistic one, but you downplay it. Or maybe you are the problem solver in your group without even trying. For me, it was always being able to break down complex financial jargon into simple everyday language. I used to think, well, everyone can do that, right? Wrong. Those things are not random. Those are little signals that build towards your purpose. And a lot of people struggle because they try to force their purpose into something that does not align with who they actually are. They try to be an aggressive day trader when they are naturally cautious, or they try to be a stock picker when they are great at long-term passive investing. But when you start to lean into the things you are already wired for, everything becomes a little bit easier. Your strengths are not accidents, they are clues, and purpose usually sits right next to those strengths. Step number 3 is, you need to put yourself in rooms that expand you. Purpose does not grow when everything around you stays the same. You cannot discover who you are meant to be or what your optimal financial strategy is. If you are stuck cycling through the same routines, the same conversations, the same job, the same environment, you become a slightly improved version of your old self, but you will never truly become a new version of yourself. And real clarity comes from when you put yourself in new rooms, places that show you different versions of life that you had no idea even existed. A new job, a new hobby, a new city, a new group of friends, a new challenge that maybe you did not feel ready for. All of these things stretch who you are as a person. They make your world bigger, and when your world expands, you naturally expand with it. Most breakthroughs, whether personal or financial, do not happen in an area of comfort. They happen when you step into a space where you are not the most skilled or you are not the most knowledgeable, but you are curious. New environments show you possibilities where your old environments were never capable of showing you. For me, it was joining online communities of independent investors, going to financial literacy workshops, even just listening to different podcasts. It opened my eyes to approaches I never knew existed, beyond just chasing the latest hype. Step number 4 is to study what drains you versus what gives you energy. And this one is huge because we are always told to chase what we love, but no one talks about how powerful it is to track what completely drains you. Every path in life has hard moments, but not all hard moments feel the same. Some challenges leave you exhausted and completely checked out, and other ones strangely leave you fulfilled and wanting more. A lot of people could find their purpose faster if they simply paid attention to their energy. When do you feel the most alive? When do you feel like time is just flying by? When do you feel proud afterward? And on the flip side, when do you feel like your soul is just being sucked out of your body? Those moments matter. Your energy is more honest than your logic. You might convince yourself something is the smart or safe path. For example, a high-stress job with good pay or an investment that everyone says is the one. But your energy is going to be the thing that truly tells you instantly. When something lights you up, even when it is difficult, that is a sign you are moving in the right direction. When something constantly drains you, no matter how much money you are getting paid, or no matter how cool your title is, if it is constantly draining you, that is a sign you are moving away from it. For a lot of people, energy is going to be that compass. If you listen to it, you will know which direction to point yourself towards to find your purpose and a more sustainable financial path. I learned this the hard way. I chased investments that stressed me out constantly, checking prices every 5 minutes. It drained me. Now, I focus on investments that give me peace, even if the returns are slower. Step number 5 is do more things that scare you, but in a good way. I think a lot of people forget this, but the things you are scared to try are usually the exact things that matter the most. And I am not talking about skydiving, or if you have a fear of water, or going scuba diving. I am talking about that fear that you feel is not always danger. Sometimes it is purpose trying to get your attention. You know, the thing you keep thinking about doing, the business idea, the job application, the message you want to send, the skill you want to learn, the moves you want to make. You are not scared of it because it is wrong. You are scared of it because it is meaningful. And fear shows up when you are near something that could actually change your life. Most of us walk away from that feeling because we confuse fear with a stop sign, but it is really a signal. Purpose almost always hides behind the door you are intimidated to open, and most people never unlock their true purpose, or their true financial potential, because they avoid the thing that makes them nervous. But purpose requires stretching yourself. You do not grow in comfort. You grow in motion, in discomfort, and in moments where you feel like you are slightly out of your league, but still willing to show up. For me, starting this channel, sharing my investment mistakes, was terrifying, but it felt important, and that fear was a signal to go for it. And step number 6 is you have to realize purpose evolves. But that is a good thing. One of the most freeing realizations is that your purpose is allowed to evolve. The thing that fulfills you at 22, to be honest, should not be the same thing that fulfills you at 27, or 30, or 35. You grow, you learn, you change, and that purpose changes with you. You know, you hear a lot of people saying, well, the best advice is to never change. And realistically, that is not good advice at all. A lot of people get stuck because they are trying to force themselves into an identity that they have outgrown. They treat purpose like a lifelong commitment, instead of something that shifts with every new chapter. But your purpose is a conversation with yourself, and not a contract. Think about where you were 5 years ago. You are probably nothing like that person anymore. So why would your purpose stay the same? Let it change. Let it evolve as you evolve. And when you allow your purpose to grow with you, instead of locking yourself into a box, everything will start to become more aligned and a lot less stressful, both personally and financially. My early investment goals were about getting rich quick. Now, my purpose has evolved to helping others avoid my mistakes and build sustainable wealth. It is a different purpose, and it feels much better. And step number 7, which is the last step here, is do not wait for clarity. And this one is big. It is very important. Clarity does not magically appear before you take action. Clarity is something that you will create through action. You do not sit on your couch thinking your way into purpose, or into a solid investment plan. You will figure it out in motion. It comes from trying things, from experimenting, from messing up, from seeing what sticks and what does not. It comes from taking a small step, and then another small step, and letting the results teach you who you are and what works for your money. People who wait for confidence, or wait for the perfect plan, those are the ones who stay stuck. But the people who might start messy, and just, throw something at the wall till it sticks, even when they have no idea what they are doing, they are the ones who build confidence naturally. Purpose does not show up in your mind first. It shows up in your actions, your routines, and your efforts. So do not wait for the perfect plan, or the perfect idea, or the perfect moment. Just start. Start small, start unsure, start nervous, but start. Because everything you want becomes clearer after you take that first step of action, and not before it. So if you are watching this video and you do not know your purpose yet, or you are still figuring out your financial path, I am telling you, that is good. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are not behind, you are not lost, you are just exploring. The old traditional model of figure out your passion at 18 or 20 and stick to it forever is dead. And the idea of find the one perfect investment and hold it forever is equally dead for most of us. The new model is very fluid. Explore, experiment, follow your curiosities, grow through small actions, and let your purpose evolve as you evolve. Purpose is not something that you discover in your head overnight. It is something that you are going to have to build through your daily choices, piece by piece. And it will start to become a lot clearer. So you are definitely not late to finding your purpose or to building a solid financial future. If anything, now is the perfect day to start. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all have a good day, and I will catch you all in the next one. See you.